you a hug. Cause you act like nobody shows you love. Get out your feelings, ho. Get out your feelings, ho. You stay complaining, you stay crying, you stay whining, ho. What you need? A pat on the back, bit? Or do you need some candy in the pack, bit? Cause you always in your goddamn feelings. And that shit be straight up.
That should be hurting me.
That's honestly me being inconvenienced by everybody else's emotions. It be killing me,
bro. Your feelings, I'm like, bro,
get out your
killing
feelings.
me. Like,
we cannot take one single fucking thing serious.
We can't. We all deflect with humor.
It's giving very much.
But like, we hold each other accountable though, and we're like, stop it. So it's fine.
But do we stop it?
I don't know.
So holding ourselves accountable only works.
How do we stop it?
Every once in a while.
Like, do we stop it or?
Do we?
Nah. Anyways, guys.
Welcome back.
That was she's been hitting notes today.
The vocals, bro. She got a vocal coach on the side.
She be doing that. Num 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 num. Have you seen the video of the guy eating a sandwich? Please don't. No.
Not fucking.
Sandwich. Oh God, it's so funny because we're this animated, but we're like actually talking about
How are you
have
really?
Depression. We're don't fucking start.
Hemorrhoids.
Oh,
sorry.
First of all, we didn't even say hi to them.
Welcome back, guys, to 11:33.
Where the hell have you been, Loca?
Oh my.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I had to do it. She got to do it like 3 times.
You see how you guys are on the same side of the table? That's really like how this business partnership is starting to feel. It feels like 2 versus 1.
It's giving Twilight Stan and not Twilight Stan.
It's giving Alaska.
Twilight
Alaska.
Stan.
She's got
You're
Alaska.
not wearing Twilight.
Oh wait.
I literally showed you the shirt.
But she has an Alaska shirt and I have an Alaska shirt. So are we not like team? Wait, is that like a Twilight spoof?
It's Twilight
it's
and Jersey Shore.
It's the Jersey
That's
Shore
why I was like,
cast dressed up as Twilight.
Oh, because they did like a whole spoof.
Yes,
I remember
they did
that.
because it was like around the same time.
where did you get that shirt?
Yeah, because that's like
I saw it on
it's
TikTok
giving.
and I ordered one for me and Sabrina because.
Oh, so Sabrina gets a shirt, but
And we
fuck
don't.
11:33.
This was like 2 months ago. 3 months
I don't give a shit. 2 months ago we were
still.
That's why I said 3 months ago. So that was like it was not recent. When did I order it? I will get. No, I'm not gonna do that
last
right
week.
now. Imagine.
I'm gonna let y'all finish.
Listen, do you guys want me to order your shirts? I will find the link again.
How much are they?
I think they're like 20.
Oh, it's not bad.
I'm gonna.
Shut the fuck up.
For real, like.
That was at both
relax.
Yeah, they weren't that expensive. So I will find shirts and I will get it for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Christmas presents. There you go.
Christmas.
Krima. Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler.
I can't wait for Christmas. I feel like that's the only time that I don't feel like
I'm gonna get JoJo his
How do I
waffle
put this?
maker.
Huh?
I'm gonna get JoJo his waffle maker, the Spider-Man one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
cannot. Oh.
That looks cute. There was a web one, but I was like, there's a Spider-Man one, but it's like $45. So I was like,
Bro, I'll literally go
away.
halfie with you.
I'll get it from him.
Phoebe.
I'm not just gonna get it right now.
Relax.
I'll get it for Christmas.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, welcome back, Phoebe.
Yeah. So we will literally never
I'm
film in
so
St. Pete
sorry.
ever
My
again.
daughter's been really acting up.
Her human daughter. She barks. It's weird.
It's a speech
She barks and bites. She's a biter.
She's a biter.
You're a biter.
I am a biter.
I just gulped really loud into the mic.
Are we ever gonna start talking about anything of substance today?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna be talking about
Brains.
how are
Big
we
brain
really?
things.
Yo, it's the way that we're like all fried as fuck right now. Well, or maybe just me because I haven't slept.
You haven't slept.
You haven't.
I'm
slept.
perfectly fine.
Oh, you're perfect. Cool.
Perfect. Okay. What
Anyways,
about
guys, I feel like this is gonna be very much a what?
Yo, she good.
Can we? She's like not well. I take it back.
Possessed by a crackhead.
What the?
The crack guy came back and embodied her.
Please. I feel like this episode's gonna be a little bit over the place, but that's exactly what we need. Just kind of a
'Cause
little
we are.
buffer episode of just kind of
It's
shooting.
a very
shit.
deep buffer episode.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I was gonna say it doesn't have to be, but
It's
it
just
doesn't
a
have
feller. We're talking about freaking mental health.
R.I.P.
That's
headphone
gonna
users.
hurt in my ears when I'm editing.
I know Rush is gonna be trying to fix our audio. Like, what the fuck? like,
Like, why?
Why?
Why would
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this?
So I tried to frame this episode as a question because I don't know about you guys. I mean, we've played it together, but we've played We're Not Really Strangers.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
we have.
You even gave me the expansion,
relation, yeah.
the whatever the freak pack. have you played We're Not Really Strangers?
No, I have not.
So it's a card game. It has 3 levels:
We should play
perception,
it.
connection. We should do an episode low-key where we play it, but we'd have to commit to answer the questions, and sometimes it gets a little deep. So you got perception as level 1. Number 2 is connection, and then the third is reflection. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You just pick a card. Some are really cool. Some I've learned a lot about friends that I've known for years playing the game. I actually took the game on my first date, and it was really cool. And I remember like being out and like the bartender was like, "What are you guys playing?" And I was like, "Oh, this is like a question game that you could play with friends or like your partner, or I guess in this case potential partner." And he was like, "That's fucking cool. I've never seen anybody do that." And I'm like, I think that's
First date
probably the reason why
ideas.
we had and the idea was that we had conversations that probably we would not have had on the first
Yeah.
instance. Phoebe Acevedo.
Like, what do you even?
She's just in a silly
Phoebe's the
goofy
reason
mood.
why my mental health is declining.
Ooh, no, she ain't. She's the.
No, I say all the
Don't
time.
put that on her.
Yeah,
I
for
say
real.
all the time without this dog, I probably won't be here.
What is with her and hitting notes today?
I'm
Like
saying,
I
she
feel like
said-
she's trying to corner the market.
Like,
of,
she's been taking a lot of classes on like me.
We
with
all
her
sing,
vocal
guys.
coach, so she was.
Yum, yum, yum.
I have like this disgusting cough. No, I don't have COVID.
She has COVID.
No, I just be like
You have
smoking.
Brovid.
What if I just quit right now?
That was your 13 grades.
Honestly, it might be
Hannah
be.
Baker it.
Ooh,
Nah.
I'm gonna drop a podcast, but it's gonna be 13 of them. I'm kidding. These are really bad jokes, but actually no. This is how we joke, and y'all just gonna have to
Exactly.
deal with it. You could
Like,
cancel
everybody
me.
joke like this, so
yeah,
don't
you
come
could
for us.
cancel me if you want to, but it's when I said that this episode is gonna be all over the places, like I just want us to have. When I say a filler episode as well, I just want us to have like a check-in to be honest, transparent. How are we feeling about the podcast? How are we feeling about ourselves? What's
Yeah.
going on? What do we want to talk about? Just like a miscellaneous type of thing. I would like to focus on mental health later on. That would be more of a specialized episode, but I feel like we've been we just tackled like a heavier topic. So
Yeah.
I know you wanted to ask me first, but unfortunately I'm a master at Uno Reverse.
You're-
So
She said,
yeah.
yeah.
So the title of the episode today is How Are You Really? That was a card that I got one time playing We're Not Really Strangers. And when I answered it honestly for the first time, I was sobbing.
Ooh.
It opened the space in the channel to actually be transparent. So Soli, I'm going to start with you, and then we can kind of roll the dice between you and me, because you and I, we don't like being perceived.
At all. Do not see me.
But we have to. Then
I guess.
are we striving for authenticity and transparency and all this other
That is
bullshit?
true, yeah.
Are we? I heard we're starting to crack a shame. Start talking yet. So them high notes she been hitting, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Sorry, I'm still taking classes.
So how are you? Really?
Really.
Really, how am I?
Not her.
It's giving Baby Yoda.
It's giving PR statement. She's like answering a question with my aspiration in life would be to be happy. You still haven't heard the song
We're gonna get to
Which
that.
song?
"Pretty Hurts" by Beyonce.
We should have played that.
No, the one we played was fitting, but no more deflecting. We're gonna be serious now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my birthday is actually coming up very soon.
Leo rising as fuck.
I'm gonna get to it. Relax.
Give her some time, bro. Give her some
As
space.
I don't know what it is. Every time I don't think I'm the only one. When it gets close to my birthday, I get like this weird gray cloud
Yeah.
of just like, wow, I made it another year. And then it's a lot of self-reflection of my year, and I'm like, girl.
What do you mean though? Like, do you feel like you haven't done anything?
Not that I haven't done anything, but I'm just like,
You were kind of like expecting certain things
It
to
didn't
have
get what it
happened,
was
and you
supposed
were
to have
like,
given.
yeah.
oh, I
It
didn't
wasn't
achieve this, and I'm
given
this age now.
what it was supposed to be giving. And it's just like, I know I can try next year. But I don't
Yeah,
know. It's just,
sure.
I don't really get excited for birthdays, even though I know you're planning it and like all that
Why
stuff.
she sound sad when she said you're planning? She's like,
So I
she's
guess
planning
since
it.
you're planning it, I have to smile.
No, but
I have to
am
be
I the
happy
only
that
one?
day,
Have
I fucking
you,
guess.
have you guys, like,
solidified a plan.
no, you just closer to your birthday that you just start realizing, I don't
Yeah,
know
for
why.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
just like, I guess it's a normal thing. So right now I'm just kind of dealing with that. I'm just like trying to navigate. I'm gonna be 22, and it's just like, oh wow, 22.
Y'all were hitting
that
it.
shit, bro.
Yeah, period.
Hit that shit.
But,
But
yeah,
what's so scary about turning 22?
I think I didn't expect my life to be this way.
But
That's a whole nother episode.
yeah, like what do you mean? Like what do you think is? I mean, I'm not trying to like. I'm gonna pull you out of this thinking because it's very not good.
I'm fine, guys. It's just like you know, being an adult is hard.
Yeah.
And it's just like you start realizing now that it's closer to my birthday, I'm realizing like what I've accomplished, and I'm very, very thankful and proud of myself. But then there's also like just a little bit of panic. I'm just like,
Yeah.
time is running out. I'm just like,
It's
this year
okay.
went by so fast.
Yeah.
And I'm just like trying to catch up and do things.
I call it the hamster wheel.
Yeah. But I'm good.
Dirty little
I'm going to
hamster.
figure it out. I know it's normal for me to feel this way.
It is. Birthday
Completely.
blues are, and I feel like even more so in your early 20s. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I feel like once
Because everyone
you,
seems like they're doing great,
Word.
amazing things. Stop knocking.
I'm so sorry, I forget.
Everyone seems like they're doing amazing, great things, but like, no, we're all struggling.
They be lying, girl.
Like,
They be lying.
Yeah,
lying
I'm
through
fine.
their teeth.
I'll be, you know,
Outside
well-doing
of-
life.
Gucci,
Outside of your
Gucci.
birthday though, like how are you? How's your brain?
I started therapy again.
Ooh,
period.
congratulations.
Thanks.
Wanted to say something else.
I started therapy, and I'm going on to my second session this week. But it's long overdue. Now that I'm older, I think because I was going to therapy since I was like 15. And now going into it at my age, I'm going into it as a different approach, and to actually like I am surrendering. And
Do you feel like
just-
now you know what's broken? If that makes sense.
I'm more aware of what there is to fix.
You're willing to actually face the issues
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of like
I'm ready
beating
this
around
time.
the bush. You're like, okay,
Not
Not just,
accountability
I think
is-
it's a
You're sick and
difference of
tired.
venting. It's more or less of just
I need to work through.
I
this.
need professional help on how to navigate through this trauma and move on with life and start living. So
I'm proud of you.
thank you.
Proud of
It's
you.
a big. We talked a little bit about therapy on your episode, and therapy is not like for the weak if you're doing it right. Because it's very easy to like go to therapy and just like sit there and cry in front of your therapist, and then
I've
you
done
go
that.
home and you do 0% of the work.
Yeah.
My first trial of therapy was like that, and I did nothing. It was just like,
You thought you were doing something.
yeah, like I really just went to a therapist to get diagnosed, wrongly diagnosed, by the way. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and just kidding.
Yeah.
You have ADHD and OCD.
Yeah.
But I also don't. I don't know. Whatever. Regardless, what goals do you have come November 3rd?
What goes with myself?
Period.
Just being happy with not everything is, you know, even though things have not panned out the way that I expected it to be. You know, we have like New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. I've accomplished a lot, but it's just, you know, just fully accepting this year. And I definitely want to, you had even mentioned to me to start setting goals for next year.
Oh yeah, I mentioned to. I don't mean to cut you off, but just so like they know what you're talking about. I had a psychic one time tell me like I went to go get my cards read. This is like the first time I ever got my cards read. It was fucking Cafe Tutu Tango, but she was spot on. But she did tell me she's like stop making New Year's resolutions on January 31st. I mean December 31st. Excuse me. She said that the start of your year is your birthday. That is your year. So
true.
instead of going with like the calendar year, I started going with my birthday. So like, that's what I told her. I was like, look, like you're about to enter. I'll get into this in the astrology episodes at some point. But you're 22, right? So that is your 11th house year. Look it up. I'm not even gonna get into details because that's not what today's about.
Yeah.
But
But I definitely want to do that. I've never done that before on a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also for your birthday has really inspired me to, you did it in a very healthy way that was really eye-opening, that I'm just like, because I know it was very beneficial for you. I think for me, just like setting those goals and just releasing and just like, because I tend to take baggage with me through the years.
Ooh, girl, yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna try to work on that. Because I know I'm probably gonna reach out to you, and you can help me out with certain things. But definitely it starts with myself. But yeah, like I said, I just started therapy. It's a work in progress. But it's been helpful. Now that it's never, like I said in the last video, it's never too late to get therapy. I recommend it for literally everybody. But I'm going in a different approach than before, since I'm not a teenager anymore.
Yeah, and then you're not being obligated. This is a choice.
Yeah,
now.
I did it,
Yeah.
but I did my research, found somebody, and she's awesome, and she's actually knows and I think what's important too is to find somebody that actually knows how to navigate with your traumas, your issues, what different what's the wording for
like
it?
specialization.
Correct. Some are very spiritual, some are not, some are very science-based. I like her because she's very much in the middle. But it's been really good. I'm excited. I actually look forward to it. It doesn't feel like an obligation. I feel like it's needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I am right now.
Look at you.
Realizing things.
Realizing just like why you turn your head and look at me like that?
Because
It's
I know we're
giving
about
Chihuahua.
to. I'm
Roxy.
definitely a pit bull. Because I know we're gonna be like, did you say Roxy? You should add a picture of Roxy so they know.
Roxy's alive and well. She's 18 years old and she's that bitch.
She is an indestructible dog. That dog is missing
People
teeth.
who know me from
Listen to you.
when I was younger, my dog is still alive. Roxy, you remember her? She's alive and well.
Frito feet.
Frito feet. Snaggleduve.
That's not-
Not Nanny McPhee. Niko, so what are we gonna do? Okay, come on.
All right, yeah.
Fuck.
Damn.
One more. Fuck. Go. Wait, I have to go?
You have to go. What?
Frick
the fuck?
me.
I won. How was that?
Damn, so the winning is like having to go now. Okay.
Got how to play the thing.
I feel like I've hit a wall.
Okay.
I could hear it in my head. And
She said, "Shut the fuck up." You want to silence my mom earlier? I'm gonna silence you now.
I think I've hit a wall. I am actively working. I feel like okay.
Exactly.
I've been in the trenches since like 22.
I've been in the trenches since fucking birth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Some things that I've chosen for myself, and some things that I've unfortunately have happened around me and to me. But currently, I just like it's just hard. I'm having a really hard time. I'm not gonna lie. Like I tweet about this all the time. I do not sleep.
Yeah, you do not sleep.
The lack of sleep, or lack of sleep, period, it will literally deteriorate your brain. Like I am, and it's just I'm struggling a lot, but it's not in like a unmanageable way. It's like I'm struggling because I'm actually starting to work on stuff. But when I say I've hit a wall, it's just kind of like, oh my God, is this gonna be like it every day? Like every day,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna,
Like, when's it gonna switch up?
yeah, like, I mean, I need variety. Like, at this point, it's like I wake up, I don't eat because I have no appetite, and then all of a sudden I blink and it's 2 p.m. because time is not a construct in my home. And then now it's 3 and I'm like, fuck, I didn't do this, that. Like, I've had a bag of some stuff that I have to send to UPS for this guy's mom. And I stare at that tote bag every single day, and I'm like, I'm going to go to UPS tomorrow. I feel like that's kind of what's happening to me emotionally. Like, okay, I'm going to take care of this
You're putting things off.
tomorrow. Yeah. One thing I have started, so I have to kind of give like the rows of what I've been doing, is I've started journaling again, which is a pretty big fucking deal because it's one of my biggest outlets. I've shared like my writings with you.
Yeah.
I don't really share my writings with you because I don't know if like you're actually gonna read it. Me and
I'll
Niko are like
read
tortured
it.
souls in
Literally.
secret.
Read it.
Like, you want to read
But you
my
can call
poetry
me.
from fucking high school?
Oh my God,
we
yeah,
could have a whole
yeah,
episode
yeah.
about shit.
So it's like that writing. What was I watching? I was watching Maid and the main character talked about how like writing for her is where she goes to be honest with herself. Same. Like journaling for me has been very freeing because there are times that I'm better at writing things out than verbalizing them. And like, I mean, we were just
Same.
talking. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. That's why I rather text. I don't like FaceTiming. I know we have like a very different approach to communication, but like, I don't really like being on the phone. I like to text because I could sit down and think through my responses, or if I don't want to reply right away and I want to take time to think about it, then I can. The same goes for the processing of my emotions, which I intellectualize a lot. It's very difficult for me to actually sit down and feel something. I'm very much like, okay, well, the X happened, so Y is the result, and then Z is gonna be collateral because I didn't deal with B from 3 years ago. Like it's so it's so like analytical that it like I'm not doing any work doing that. I'm basically it's like naming what I feel. I'm
Instead
not
of actually feeling it.
Yeah. So with writing, I have no choice but to deal because now I'm describing what does this emotion feel like? Where is it coming from? Why am I feeling it? What's the origin? Blah blah blah. So like for me right now, something I'm really struggling with is not feeling supported by like my immediate family. Like, you know, I started this podcast with you guys because we needed this. And more than that, like I know that ultimately, like as much as we talk about not wanting numbers and engagement, and we do have the detachment, which I think is the reason why like this has been so much fun. I eventually want to get to a point where I don't have to work for anybody.
Same.
Like this is if I could do this full time and like really just dedicate all of my time to creating content and being with you guys and learning and trying to, you know, come up with things that could possibly help somebody out there. That's what I would rather be doing. I feel like that's a lot more meaningful than being yelled at because somebody got into a car accident.
Literally.
And I tell you guys this all the time. I make great money. It is not worth it. And right now I just feel like even like think about who I was 6 months ago. Quickly. What the fuck, right? And then now here we are 6 months later. And I mean, I'm still pretty neurotic because that's just who I am. That's my makeup. But I got my own apartment. I got my own shit. I don't depend on nobody. I'm doing everything by myself. I do have help from my parents when it comes to Joseph. But like outside of that, like nobody can tell me shit about nothing. My bills are paid. My bills are paid.
I pay my bills.
I'll pay my bills. And but the one thing that I'm failing to do, and failing is a very aggressive word to say, is taking care of myself. And journaling is a good step forward. But I just kind of feel like I will never be embraced by my family. Like I love them and I know that they love me. You know, that's why like your episode like started to like piss me off because I know the feeling, you know, in a smaller scale.
You see me,
we see
I see
each
you.
other. Like, I mean, you've seen.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know my parents mean well, but I just feel like they don't see me. Don't make a joke.
I wasn't.
Okay. They don't see me. And I feel like that's very, like, I feel, like, fuck, is this it? Yeah. And I wrote about invisibility, and I wrote about how I do feel invisible in my family, and it feels like I'm almost redundant at this point because I've been saying this shit forever, but I didn't feel this way until I had a conversation with my dad. And I was like, you know, one of the biggest goals that we've had, the three of us, that we shared is authenticity, right? Yep. And I caught myself censoring myself in some episodes. I think the body count debate, 2 episodes ago, technically, was the first time that I sat down and I just kind of let my hair down. And I had to hit a pen to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I told my dad, and I remember feeling this like disgusting giant lump in my throat because it was just that feeling of like, you're never going to get it. But the inner child in me is like, why don't you see me? Like, yeah. I'm not terrible. Like, and I'm not saying that my parents treat me like that. I know where it comes from for them. They've seen me make a lot of mistakes. They've seen me make a lot of bad decisions. But it's just like, damn, like, when will I get a chance to change
redeem
that?
Yourself, yeah.
And I told my dad this. I was like, you know, fighting back tears because it's just like, it felt like, at this point, why are you crying about this still? You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, you got to just start accepting. But the thing that I said to my dad was, we've been having this same discussion and the same disagreement since I was 17 years old. In the 7 years from then, right, I'm 24 now, in the 7 years gap, the only thing that has changed is me. And it's the one thing that everybody is refusing to acknowledge. I'm not all the way there, you know, but I'm a hell of a lot different. Like, but they don't see that because they're looking at like, oh, well, like, you don't take Joseph to the playground. Big fucking whoop, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm barely holding it in.
He's thriving.
Together. Yeah, like,
he's fine. Like,
he's good. Like
he's
he
good.
is good. That child is emotionally well. Okay, he's going to school. Oh, but you picked him up too late this day. Like, what the fuck? I come on.
I was running late. Sorry.
I was running late. Like, I can't. I'm sorry.
There was traffic. Like, what do you want me to do? Like,
correct.
It's not like.
And I feel like their criticalness. I actually wrote this down, and again, like something that you should try if you don't mind me giving you unwarranted advice, because I feel like we kind of process emotions very similarly.
Yeah.
Something I've started doing is like when I get like an intrusive thought. My therapist offered this advice to me. She was like, write it out, throw it out. But sometimes I will keep it as a reference point of that's not my voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me. That's conditioning. And I put, being nitpicked during childhood has me afraid to give myself my own flowers, as I was always told I was one step away from greatness, no matter how fast I ran towards the good. And I always feel like something's missing. So how can I live a content life when I've been told that there's always one more thing to do?
Exactly. You can always be better.
You can always be better.
It's like,
Shit,
why am I not?
can always be worse.
Yeah. It's like, why am I not okay? Why is what I am right now not great?
Yeah. Why can't you celebrate me?
Exactly.
Like, why can't you meet me where I'm at? And you know, like, you know, me and Soli, we've had our ups and downs and shit like that. And we met when we were teenagers. So it's the mere fact that, like, they see it as, like, I'm going back to something. Like, okay, you and Soli are going to get into your regular trouble.
We didn't get it.
We didn't even get into... We got into one accident. And the forces outside of us, our parents... I'm sorry to say it like this, and we could cut this out if you'd like, but our parents were the deciding factor of how our friendship ended. I didn't even get to make that decision on my... I mean, we needed it. We needed it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it was like, we did not get to make that decision ourselves. It kind of just, like, happened, and we were kind of, in a weird way...
Like, oh, okay, I guess.
Like, coerced into just kind of accepting it. Let me backtrack. So now, I start this podcast with you guys, right? And I finally, for the first time, have the light in my eyes about something. And then I present it to them. Like, my mom was watching my Instagram stories for a little bit. I don't think she is anymore. So I know she knows that I have this podcast, and I know that she knows that you're included and that you're included, right? And it was like nobody, like, everybody just, like, refused to acknowledge it. Like, you know, I love my sister, and I know I'm going to do a sisterhood episode because I want two different women that experienced the same childhood. I would love to hear the different perspectives, but my sister wants to be a life coach. My parents are going to support that. My sister wants to start an Airbnb business. They're going to support that. I support my sister. I'm going to preface this with just saying that this is a very human emotion. And I feel like this is my inner child screaming. Yeah. Like, why do you see her and not me? And I told my dad, yuck, I feel like crying. I told my dad, I was like, why do I have to feel jealous of my own sister? Like, why can't you just see me for what I am and accept that, like, I might not be, you know, doing a Christian girl that reads her Bible, but, you know, I'm a good woman.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I don't think I'm a terrible piece of shit that's doing nothing for herself, and I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out even taking a break, even sleeping in all day. Like, I wake up tired because, like, the rest I'm looking for is not physical. You know what I mean? I've become such an emotional sponge for other people that now, like, look at the conversation you and I had today. Crippling anxiety at the idea that somebody is not okay with me. My mom hasn't talked to me in weeks because I set boundaries. Maybe I could have been nicer. Maybe I could have been softer.
You're necessary, though.
But I've tried. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to read you, like, one line from this. I know you already read it. You were like, don't make me feel things right now.
Literally, I was like, And I was like, wow, it's really good. And you were like, you hate me. You hate it. I was like,
Is it
no.
the one I'm
I
thinking
said
about?
it
It
was good.
was two parts.
Yeah, I posted it on Instagram for like literally like 2 hours,
I
and then I
read
deleted it.
I read it.
But there was the line that stood out to me because I write and it's almost like I'm channeling. Like I don't really be thinking about what I'm writing. It's just I'm letting it come out. And I said, I navigate having zero in common with the women from whose womb I was created. Nothing in common but our rage. The only thing she could see is my rage. My anger has been the flash flare in all of my interactions. The only time I am heard is when I get angry. Yet my voice is too loud, I am too opinionated, and I am not respectful of those who came before me. I was taught to advocate for my own rights just as long as they sat within the confines of what was expected of me. I was taught to speak up at injustice just as long as the hands that produced it were not the ones who fed me. And I was taught to process my emotions just as long as they were not in the way of their comfort.
Stop making me feel things.
I am so sorry.
Keep that shit over there.
And I know that my parents mean well, and that's what's frustrating about all this because I know how human they are.
Yeah.
But right now I'm just struggling on figuring out if it's more important for them to like me and to accept me, or if it's more important for me to look in the mirror and be content with what I have.
The second one.
You know the answer to that.
But which one's harder to achieve? They're both equally as hard. But anyways, that's what I got going on. Niko, beat that.
Honestly, I feel like I talk like I'm like doing way worse than I am. Like I make a lot of like jokes and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna come rant," but like, like I make a lot of jokes. That was really intense.
Sorry. Whoa.
Yeah,
My
I feel
witchy
like-
laugh.
You have like 30 laughs. We talked about this. I love all of them. They're amazing, especially the chimpanzee one. That one be killing it.
Are you flirting with me right now?
Yes.
It was kind of
Always.
like a flirt roast, but you
Exactly.
got it.
That's how I flirt.
That's how, yeah.
Okay.
Niko, how are you doing, really?
Yeah, for real.
I don't want to say I'm chilling, but like I'm chilling.
He said y'all are like really struggling.
Are y'all okay?
No, I mean one of us has to be the anchor.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'm
It's
keeping this shit
Phoebe.
together.
All right, relax.
I'm a
relax.
star. I fucking made out with my profit there. But yeah, honestly, like, I mean, obviously there's those days that, be, kind of hard. And you'd be like, I do not want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
I just want to lay here. And it'd be the day that you have the most to do. Of course.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I got to work. And then tomorrow I got to do this and that and the
Yeah.
other. But yeah, I honestly, like, I have my days. But
What do they look like? Because I know that the only way we get you to open up is if we ask questions. So
literally,
what
'cause
does
I
a good
will
day look like?
gatekeep the out of my feelings.
You can't do that for too long.
What is a what day?
What
Good
is?
day?
I just burped into the mic, so I'm really sorry. What does a good day look like for you?
When I actually feel like getting out of bed.
Okay,
And,
we
like,
gonna
take
need a
care of
little
myself.
bit more than that.
I
'cause
know,
you're giving us nothing.
Can you give me time to elaborate? You cutting me off, bro.
This is about to be a miscellaneous
Was I
fight
silent
episode.
or was I silenced? Is my mic on?
that
this
was
time?
me.
Is my mic on?
my
Stop.
No,
My
you touched
apologies.
your cold ass toes with
Sorry.
my calf.
Yeah, she's struggling. She hit herself earlier.
So she's rubbing it on me. Like
Yeah, she's trying to make herself feel better. Let her be. She has freaking
not
chichon on her
not
calf.
using my body to make herself feel
Oh
better.
wow, I've been there, done that.
Okay.
All right, guys. No, but seriously.
Okay.
So you're saying that a good day for you is the day. First of all, my boob is completely out of my undershirt.
It's okay. You have a shirt on. That
It's okay. So a good day for you is when you feel like coming out of bed, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, like when I have the energy to deal with life in general. It. Sometimes I don't be. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay in bed, and then that'd be the time, cause like I still live at home, and those be the times that they just want to knock on my door. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like I get it. I'm in bed and it's like 3:00, but like you literally want nothing from me. Like at all. So what am I opening the door for? So
Yeah.
you can ask me if I'm hungry. No, I'm not. I'm 24. If I'm hungry, I will get out of my room and walk to the kitchen and get food and eat
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Why are you bothering me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like their weird way of like showing up.
Check
I don't know.
It's-
That's what I got.
Like I don't know.
I'm not saying
Like
I'm
no,
looking
no,
at
no.
it objectively.
Yeah,
just
from
to
their perspective, sure.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know. They just be. Was that?
bless you.
I know that was my nails scratching the wall.
Oh,
Sorry.
Jesus
The
Christ.
wall? I thought it was like at least the chair. My
I know. What
God.
the fuck? That sounded like crunchy.
It was like I hurt your nail. Like, what the fuck?
I thought she sneezed. It
That's
sounded
what I'm
a
saying.
sneeze.
Like I thought it was her huffing and puffing in the back
Yeah.
again. Like
Nah, she sleep. She's letting us have this.
She's chilling. She's like, have your moment.
She's so cute.
I get it though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh my God, like, can I just
Like,
exist in silence?
Literally, I just want to exist in silence,
Have you guys?
like for 2 seconds.
You've seen Inside by Bo Burnham, right?
No, I kind of watched a little bit, but I didn't
So
watch.
the part where he turns 30 and he goes, something, next year I'll turn something and then I'll kill myself. And then he like cuts off the song. And then he's like, I just want to clarify, I don't want to kill myself. I'm not suicidal. I don't have any plans on killing myself. But if I could kill myself for like,
I'm saying, like, if I could
10 months?
just to take a little break. You know what I'm
I
saying?
say
Just
that
a little
too.
nap.
Like if I can go into a coma for like a good 8 months, wake up and be like,
God damn. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Did you see that? You're 20.
I don't care if you broke your elbow.
That shit hurt. Yeah, same. I thought that's like, I don't know. I'm
We're-
like,
we're not suicidal.
exhausted. Yeah,
No,
we're not.
I just want to take a break.
it's just
and
a
wanna
nice,
do
coma.
nothing for a little bit,
yeah, like a good
like,
comfortable one.
like imagine
like a nice slumber.
what year is it? Damn.
2021, and like you wake up and,
And it's
like
2025.
Beyonce's the president and the vice president is Solange Knowles and Cranes
God.
in the Sky is the new national anthem. Like that could really like be a good time.
It could be, yeah.
It won't
Like,
happen.
wake
But
me
You
up
would
when
never
things
see
get
her
better.
ever chewing tequila.
I love her, my Virgo queen. I don't know. I get it. It's just like I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, and I know that I come off
Yeah.
very like bubbly.
Bubbly.
But
Silly
it's
good
just
mood.
yeah, like I be in a silly goofy mood, but that's like my therapy. That's like my way of faking it till I make it. But like, if I could end it for like 10 months,
Just
not literally. God,
Yeah.
I am not a threat to myself. I go to therapy regularly. I see my therapist. I have no plans on hurting my. I have to put this out there because God, I have a kid, and like if somebody feels like fucking with me, they can. I am perfectly fine.
she's good.
Sometimes a creepy sock vacation really be sounding.
Stop, grippy suck. But it's that I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
I could do nothing for 3 days straight, and I would
I'm
be
still-
fucking tired.
same.
This doesn't shut up. And having OCD sucks. I don't even want to call it OCD. Just having a brain that
Does not shut up.
does not shut the fuck up. And I could probably, help myself a little bit by getting off of social media and not taking in everybody's fucking crap at the same time. Wake up at 8 a.m.
You
and
need a schedule, a routine.
you see porn on the timeline. Like, it sounds funny, but like, what the freak?
Yeah.
Like, it's 8 a.m. I know you want to laugh. This shit rated porn. Like, I just wake up.
7 in the morning.
Like, it be early and I'm seeing a butthole on the timeline. Like, relax. It is Sunday.
What kind of feed do you have?
Man, like what kind of
I follow
maybe
the bad
it's- I know,
bitches.
like maybe some people you're following.
No, I mean,
that-
maybe
that's
I could clean up my social media too. Like, cause I be like intaking, like, Alex took a social media break for a little bit. And then I like low key coerced him into coming back. Cause I like subtweeting him cause he gets my tweet notifications. But he said something that kind of like, I was like, damn, that's true. Cause I've told you before, I feel like I'm like a energetic sponge. And like when you are on social media and you're intaking all this fucking bullshit, your brain doesn't know how to tell the difference between, God bless you.
Bless you.
Your brain doesn't know how to tell the difference between what's your opinion and what you're being indoctrinated to agree with for the day. And that's very dangerous. But he said something about like, I don't want to see like people's depressing tweets. I don't want to take that on.
I do have some people that I follow that I had to remove because I'm like,
You going through it and
you
it's
going
a
through
lot.
it and I get it, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see it. It's not good to see, and I feel like mostly it's on Twitter.
Yeah, it's the intrusive thought place.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like social media should not be your journal. Don't make it your journal.
I kind of do it sometimes.
Same.
But it's like
Call it
it's
posts.
like snippets
I
that
feel like
yeah,
I'm okay
some
with.
people.
Yeah.
You ever? Let me preface this. You ever see some people online and you know their entire life, know everything, all their business, who they're
Yeah.
dating, when they broke up, when they got back together, when they fucked, like.
Damn.
Did you drop an F-bomb on this good Christian podcast?
Good Christian. And this good Christian.
But like, I
house.
feel like that's not.
That's not healthy.
That's not healthy. You
At all.
need to seek help.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes some people don't have any, so I try not. I'm not saying that we're judging, but sometimes I try not to judge because maybe like that's their way of screaming into the void. And I
Yeah.
like Twitter for the idea of like I get to tweet my like not heavy one. Like if I tweeted what I really be feeling on a daily basis, like people would literally unfollow me. I'm not even trying to sound edgy right now.
I
It's
know what
just the
you're saying, yeah.
truth. Like if I really sat down and I was to be honest in that capacity, I'd have no friends. They'd be like, this bitch is nuts. And that's another thing too. I'd be invalidating like my feelings, but I don't know. I feel like right now it's just a very weird time. I'm 24. I'm like not 25, so I'm not in the middle of my 20s. I'm like in a weird tween stage of
Yeah.
my 20s.
24 is weird.
24 is fucking strange. And then 23 is the fucking worst. Blink 182
Yeah.
had several points.
So
I
weird.
also
Several
saw something. I think it was either on TikTok or Twitter. Someone had said like, it's weird because they were like closer to 30, and do you know what I'm talking about? But
Yeah.
or what I'm trying to say. But I'm trying to remember what exactly they were saying. But like, it's like if you don't, basically your 20s are an extra 10 years of being a teenager.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when you're 30, if you don't, you're entitled to make mistakes in your 20s. But then they also like said, but when I'm 30, am I going to get this same excuse and stuff like that? Like,
Yeah.
but that's okay. Like there shouldn't be that's kind of hard for me to like contradicting myself, but like there isn't really
A timeline?
a timeline, but like we're still growing up. We still have to figure things out and like
Yep.
certain things with maturity, like obviously like
I don't have that luxury.
I you also are a mom.
Yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
have that luxury. And like I'm really not trying to be like, my struggles are bigger than yours. But it's just like my struggles are not mine alone. If I struggle, Joseph struggles. Luckily, it's not there. It hasn't been there for a very long time. And I do seek help. If I feel like I need a therapy appointment twice a week, then I'm gonna go get me a. When it comes to a therapy appointment, I'm gonna have one. Like
Booked and busy.
yeah, like booked and busy for sure. And I don't care if I have to pay more money. I don't care. If I need the help, I'm gonna call up my therapist and be like, yo, something's going on. But it's just I don't have the luxury of sitting down and figuring it out. I don't have the luxury of laying on the floor and giving up for a little bit. It's just go, 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 go. And imagine if I didn't have the help I have.
I really did not try to think about that.
First of all, why is this spigot so small?
Right for that big ass bottle.
Like it's giving very much pump faking, but I don't know. Therapy definitely is helping.
I'm
Journal,
glad.
journal, journal, journal.
Journal.
You're literally a Gemini.
Stop yelling at me.
I'm not trying to. But as a Virgo rising, I feel the mercurial energy. And you're also a Scorpio moon, so you're not going to talk about your feelings.
No.
You're going to be very much gatekeep.
Very much. Like, look at the Twitter bio.
And I'm a 12th house sun, which is the house of the hidden, so I'm very much gaslight. But I gaslight myself. So I turn that into self because that's my sun. That is my most basic traits. So I sit down and I internalize a lot of the things that I should probably be verbalizing. But I don't know anything. And I feel like this is the scariest point in my life because I don't know shit.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
I don't know shit about shit.
Do you know how hard it is for a control freak to not
Have control.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, because I don't know shit. Like ask me the houses in the astrology chart. I got you. Ask me even though we're mad at her right now, and we're gonna be mad at her for a very long time. Ask me
I know
about
what
the
you're-
lyrics to Itty Bitty Piggy.
Oh my God.
I could
I
recite
know.
it backwards.
Not backwards.
But ask me what the fuck going on.
What the fuck going on?
I don't know. I
You
physically
hit that shit though.
Huh? Thank you. I physically don't know. I don't know. And
I feel like we need to give ourselves a break.
how many more breaks am I gonna get?
I mean, in the sense of like cut yourself some slack.
Oh.
Yeah, like
That's
we're
what I
we're
meant.
literally in our 20s. Like I get it. It's like we're in our 20s, but it's like we're
But
in our
I think
20s.
it's I understand your situation because you are a mom, but also preface the fact that you are not the person, like you had to grow up
Dang.
a lot faster than other people
Double
than me.
homicide.
Bitch.
I'm sorry. You just hitting a little bit too hard right now, and I just had to deflect because it was like, relax, you're doing a lot right now. But you're right. I don't remember. I just like, I look back at like, like 17, 18. And
What were you doing?
What were you doing?
if I were to say what I was doing or what I did,
What have I done?
at 17,
You had to. You have. You are not
Yeah.
the same
Take your time.
person.
Take your
you are
time.
not the same person.
I know that.
And you are.
Do you?
I do.
You
that's
are
the crazy
finally
part.
in the point in your life that you have to. How do I say this with?
No, say however you want to say it. I'll be okay.
I feel like now your life is starting to become
Normal.
a standstill, and you're not used to it.
Remember,
And
that's what
now
I told. That was the fucking advice I gave you,
and
bitch.
now it's going back to you.
I know. I'm like looking for chaos, and I mean,
And you need to stop because it's going to drive. It's driving you crazy.
Literally.
Oh,
Stop deflecting with the fucking runs.
I turned into Angie's
intervention.
Literally, we
No,
brought you here.
Like I hear
today.
you, I hear you, and I know that, and my brain knows that, and my heart, low key, kind of is
It's
catching
easier
up.
said than done.
But it's easier said than done, and it's also a lot harder when like you're the system that you've built your self esteem from, and your approval, and your likability, and basically your worth, right, is my family.
Yeah.
I think to some facet, my parents are proud of me, and I also think to another facet, they're just like disappointed, like.
I get
It's not giving what it's supposed to have given.
Yeah.
Like
they had a different dream for you.
yeah,
And what you.
I'm
were
having a
supposed
Troy
to-
Bolton moment.
Yeah.
I don't want to work in insurance, and let's remove Joseph out of the equation because one thing about my bills, I'm gonna pay him. So don't worry about that. I'm not talking about let me quit my job and be irresponsible and not give a fuck, and my child goes hungry because mommy's upset and depressed. No, I'm not that. I've never been that person. I will never. I will literally. No, it's not gonna happen. I will sell coochie on OBT before I let that child starve. Funny, but I'm
yeah,
being dead
yeah.
ass. Like I will do anything to make sure that child is okay. My point. What?
She hit her bank.
Oh,
Go.
my point is that, yo, I am not happy. Like, even, this is the only thing that I'm like, yeah, this feels like good.
I'm a gratin.
And COVID opened our eyes to the fact that, like, yo, this whole job market is fucking depressing. Why, as humans, are we literally dedicating 40 plus hours? And I don't work 40 plus hours. I work a lot more when I'm working. But my usual week days are 40 hours plus, like 10 or 15 hours, because sometimes it just adds up.
Yeah.
That's why I'm where I'm at right now. And I can't. Like, I don't know how much more I can take before I have like a fucking mental breakdown.
Don't let it get to that point.
It won't.
But I
being
feel like you also
dramatic.
have to. You're doing everything that you can with what you have, but you have to keep in mind that some things you will not get the answers to. And we've talked about this, and we can talk about this later on.
We switch roles all the time on
Yeah.
this.
I just be here vibing.
Huh?
I said I just be here vibing.
No, but like I feel like maybe we are like you're probably a very deep feeler in secret. I am too.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the only difference between you and me is that I'm slightly more vocal than you.
Oh yeah.
Because I've already had the time to like think about it, and I'm just like, fuck it, let me just get it off of my chest, right?
Yeah.
Me and Soli feel everything like so deeply. And I'm not saying that to sound like an angsty teenager, but we genuinely just feel like like how I was telling you right now, like a minor inconvenience feels like the end of the world. A good thing that happens feels like the second coming of Jesus. And, boredom feels like I'm not fulfilled. I have no potential. I have no purpose. It's neither like, it's here or here. Know this.
There's no middle ground.
Remember how I told you that I'm achieving great areas for the first time in my 24-year-old life. And it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable being in the middle because it's very confusing. And then like for the better part of August, literally everything that life could throw my way, it threw. and then some. And then, like, it finally, the storm has settled, or, like, the I don't freaking care.
Clouds have settled.
Yeah, like, the dust has settled. That's
Dust
what I
has
mean.
settled, there you go.
And now I'm just kind of like, okay, so
What's next? Like, you're waiting for something else to happen. But just
I'm like,
enjoy
okay,
enjoy where you are right now.
am I gonna get my heart broken? Am I gonna lose my job? Am I gonna not be able to pay rent? Like, what's the next thing that I'm gonna tackle? And then add to that I feel like no matter how hard I try, I will never be seen. Yeah. But you and I had a conversation literally on camera. It will never see the light of day.
Nope.
Nope.
You were there too.
I was there.
Why are you so calm and cool and collected? How did you get there?
I don't know. I do a lot of self-talk. Like in my head, but like I don't vocalize it to people, but like I talk to myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like I
I've
don't
been
like
doing that.
I do that too.
But it's giving me very much.
Like I don't know. I feel like I can like I fuck. What do you guys?
They be thinking I live by myself. I live with two people.
I'm saying that's why I was like I can never live alone, but I'm like honestly I could because I be talking
I
to
keep
myself all the time.
myself-
I like living alone.
Like
It has its perks, and then it
well
gets
because
very
I've never
scary.
like just because there's always someone at my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lived there for 24 years. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm used to there always being at least one person. Like, my parents literally had their schedules so that at least one of them was always at the house.
That's ugly.
So,
I mean,
right?
that's
It's like, I get it. You care about me and you don't want me to be alone, but, like, damn.
It's giving prison warden.
Well, yeah, no. Well, I mean, like,
parenting.
well, I know.
I know
but
what
I
you
mean,
mean.
like,
I know what you
some
mean.
people, you know, their parents, you know, are working
see
at the
their
same time or
parents.
something, whatever. But it's like,
But I get it.
you know what I mean?
No, I do get it. Like, they had
never
opposite
having
schedules. yeah.
alone time.
Yeah.
And say it like that. So, like, living on my own, I would obviously have alone time all the time. For the
You
most,
want that?
I do now.
It's nice. I think
I
everybody
know.
should experience it.
I want to. So bad.
It's cool. It's cool.
Like, just leave me alone.
It's nice.
But are
Yeah.
you like actually this cool and collected? Cool. Did anybody hear that? Cool. I want to say this cool, calm, and collected, or are you suppressing? Is it suppressing or is this processing?
Processing.
Okay.
Like, I
How the
feel- I,
fuck
like-
did you get there?
I don't know.
Do you think
That
it's because
genuinely,
of
I don't
what you were put through that you had to do it, like
It
forced
could
into
be,
that?
yeah. Like, you know, stems from, you know, childhood trauma and having to process that.
love a good
You know.
childhood
But we have
Love
kind
your
of this
childhood trauma.
a similar dynamic of like, this is real, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm
You're
supposed to be.
Um,
But they're like, no, actually, I don't like that. So,
I
but
don't
you
know.
you
It's
made
just
the
the way-
active decision to
yeah,
say,
I
fuck
mean,
it.
It's just, I don't know. Like, because it was maybe like 11, like, it was like 12 when, like, my parents found out I was a lesbian or whatever the fuck, whatever. So, like, from then I had to kind of be like, do I care about my feelings more or their feelings more?
Ooh.
So, it was, you know what I mean? So, I just had to kind of get over, not to say get over, but
Why am
Yeah.
I emotionally stunted? I feel emotionally like I'm 12 or 17. I'm not sure. Those were two pivotal ages
Because
for
you
me.
didn't
as well.
do that when you were younger.
Huh?
You didn't do that.
I didn't make that decision back then. And I knew the craziest part is like my brain knew. But it's like it was almost like no, my parents know. Fear is a bitch.
big old bitch.
And now I'm at 24 and I'm, my first house year that's all about self. And I'm starting to say, wait a minute. That thought that came through, that's not my voice. That's not me. I don't think that.
Yeah, you just had a realization even after the last video.
You just had a louder voice in your head than your own.
But I struggle differentiating. Does that make sense? Like I
Yeah,
struggle
no,
different.
yeah, for
that's
sure.
and that's the unlearning and the undoing
Because
that
it's
is
been
adulthood.
that louder voice has been in your head for so long that you kind of hear it in your own voice.
But I feel like you're also aware of it. So what are you gonna do?
But what does awareness do for me if I'm paralyzed?
I mean, you're doing one of the things that you're doing. You're seeking help and you have therapy. Have you?
I don't feel like it's working. But that's why I just read you why. Been nitpicked. You are not there yet. You are one step away from greatness at all times. There's always one more thing on the to-do list that you're refusing to do. So therefore, every other piece of progress is moot. What does that do for me? Causes this huge cycle of self-sabotage. Let's look at it like a diet, for example. I go on a diet because I want to lose weight and I want to feel better, blah, blah, blah. One day, I'm like, fuck, I don't have time to cook at home, so I'm just gonna grab some Taco Bell. And then I'm like, fuck it, I'm already at Taco Bell. So instead of, maybe getting 2 spicy potato tacos, I'm gonna get 7. Because fuck it all. I already ruined my diet.
Yeah.
You know what? Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm not even gonna do my diet because I already fucked it up. That is me. That is literally the battle that's been my will and my fucking brain. Like, my brain's like, you need to get better. And my will's like, what does it matter?
Yeah. For what?
Yeah. It's like quitting 3 feet away from gold. I'm digging. I'm like,
And then
oh
you're like,
my
it's taking forever.
frick.
I'm over it.
I'm done. Like, my arm is tired. I'm going to give myself flowers really quick for 2 things. I've been in therapy consecutively without missing a session 6 months.
Good. I'm proud of you.
On top of that, I got my own place with my child by my fucking self. Not a 1 bed, not a studio, a 2 bed, 2 bath in a great neighborhood with amenities and peace. The people I have in my life are people that I feel add value and do not they don't take from me. And if they take something, they're giving something else. Make sense?
Yeah.
The one thing I can't seem to crack is like, how do I get my parents to like me again? And then I realized that if I were to try that, I would be compliant. I probably would not be myself.
You wouldn't.
I hate
And
being a
with
people
parents,
pleaser.
that's a hard thing.
Tell me about it, stud. Fucking sucks. I just want to have my own brain. Like, why are y'all here? Like, it's giving very much. Like, why are you here?
Are you constantly seeking validation?
Yes, but
With them?
from the people that matter to me, not like from everybody. If that makes sense.
I'm saying by
Yeah.
with your parents.
Yeah, like if they don't like
Did you do that when you were younger?
Yes. I've told you this. I've told my sister one time. My sister used to tell me that, like, in conversations, I'd be making her feel like she's stupid. I don't mean to. It's not something I actively go out of my way to be condescending about. But I'm smart. I'm intelligent. That is the one thing that I always got praised for in childhood. Like, oh, she's so smart. She's so this. She's so talented at school or whatever. The day that school stopped being so easy, gifted child syndrome, is the day that I kind of was like, oh, so I'm nothing. Cool. My intelligence is the one thing that I was always affirmed on, right? So my sister always says, like, oh, like, when I talk to you, you use these big words and you make me feel like this small and I don't know. And I'm like, fuck, I don't like making you feel like that. It's not anything I'm doing on purpose. This is the one thing that I could be confident about.
Yeah. It's the one thing I have.
It's the one thing I have.
And you shouldn't change that.
So when, I don't know. And I'm not blaming my parents either. I have a choice here. I'm 24. I could choose to start
Have
validating
you
myself.
offered like family counseling?
To. I'm gonna ask you, how is it with you? Would you offer that? Do you think they'd take it?
I've done it in the past.
How'd it go? You can't push people that are not ready.
That's why I just
mean-
let them vibe. I'm like, okay, you do
And,
what
and,
you're
and, I,
doing.
and I
I'll be over
know,
here.
I know we've talked about this before. Like you've tried. I think you get to a certain point that you just have to accept that it is what it is.
I'm having a hard time accepting. It's a
a
big
hard
mourning
part.
process because it's like, once I accept that I will never win, because I could work for it, but I will never win their approval being myself and being content with what I do. That's a point of no return. Your relationship will never be the same.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid, like, do I lose my family? Do I lose my parents? Do holidays suddenly not become important anymore? What do I do about Joseph? Like, does Joseph, this is my mom and my dad I'm talking about. And my sister. Like, it's not like,
Random people. in your
yeah, it's
life.
not you and I having a fight. And although I see you as my sister, like, we'll get over that. This is my mother, my father, my sister. I feel like we switch spots a lot, you and I.
Yeah. One of us has to be okay while the other isn't.
We're
One
literally
of y'all
both
have to-
not okay.
I'm working on it.
No, but I'm saying, like, we talked about this last time. Not last time, but that one episode in the vault.
Yeah. But I think I get it. you know.
Yeah.
I won't dive too deep into it, but I get it. You have to. I think I think it's a different situation because you are a mom and I'm not, and but in similar context, like I said, I think it's getting to a point that over time things get better once you don't see eye to eye and accept it, and then that's something that I have to learn because you've said it before. Our parents are human.
Yeah.
And even though we do not agree with certain things that they do or say, at the end of the day, I know I love my parents. They have my back no matter what. They are my number one fans. But we don't have to see eye to eye when it comes to our lives. They did their job. And I think that's a hard transition. Some parents don't.
No one's quit.
They don't
Yeah, they
know
don't know.
when
They
to
don't. Yeah, it's over.
And I think it's for in your situation, it's hard to let that go because you are a mom. You have your own things. You are, the parent. You are a parent. But like you said, it's been weeks since you've spoken to your mom, and I know that sucks.
Like I've seen her. She doesn't like
But
ignore
it's
me.
not the
It's
same.
not the same. It's like
not the same.
it's like I did something wrong for standing up for myself, and I'm not necessarily trying to victimize myself either. Like I'm not trying to do that because I could definitely picture her hearing this and being like, "This little bitch makes me seem like I'm like this terrible mom." Disclaimer, I don't think my mother is terrible.
You miss her.
I miss my mom. Do you remember the dream I had with this girl?
Yeah.
Where all my stuff was missing?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the dream, it was me and an airport. My mom was at the end of the hallway, and I went to defend myself. And my sister stepped in and was like, "You ruin everything. You ruin everything. Like, just leave it alone. Just leave it the fuck alone." And my mom goes, "Natalie, let her talk. I know what she came to say." I literally have this dream written down. I will never forget it because it's something that it felt so real. And in the dream, I burst into tears and I was like, I just miss my mom. I just miss my mom. I miss my mom. And I woke up bawling my eyes out. And yeah, you got it right on point. My aunt texted me 2 nights ago and she was like, I just heard your podcast from the first episode until the last one, so the body count debate. And she's like, and I'm gonna read you the text because it was just I was so grateful. And also my cousin said the same thing, and so it's her daughter. But my aunt was like, she said, I just finished your podcast up to yesterday's, and I'm so freaking proud of you. Love your eloquence, the topics, and the truthfulness of the content. I love you. And give kisses to my prince, which is, she calls him Principito, which is Jojo. And I was just like, see? How
why is that so hard for?
How hard was that?
Yeah.
You want it from
no,
them.
and I'm glad I got it from my aunt too, because my aunt and I we get each other. My cousin and I, we get each other. We understand each other.
But you want her to get you.
Yeah, and my sister, she's like, the difference between mom, dad, and me and you is just you're so different. She's like, and you should celebrate that. You are very different. And at first, it felt like a compliment. Until I sat down, and I'm not blaming Natalie. I know she meant it as a compliment, but I'm talking about within myself. I sat down and I was like, that's fucking lonely.
Yeah, she made you an other.
Yeah, it's
she not intentionally.
Not
She was
intentionally,
like,
but that's
it's
how
great,
it felt.
but it feels that she's putting you to the side. She's another.
And my logic,
we're the same, and then she's there.
Correct. And my logic was so you guys have no intentions on planning to at least try to understand me, because why is it that I should not be doing this job? I told my dad that. I was like, this is not my job. My job is not to mend this. My job is not to sit here and tell you it's okay if you don't get me. It's okay if you don't support the that's not my job. Fuck. I make it a point to understand. I make it a point to see both sides. Why? When I ask you for advice, I be telling you where I fuck up. that I've always said that. I never ask somebody for advice. Like my mom swears that I be telling people like stuff and I'm like only giving my side or like their side of things. And I'm like, no, I be talking to them about the times that I've lied and the times that I've made it difficult. I was a difficult teenager. But I do that out of full transparency because I want the truth. I want the objective truth. And hearing my sister, I don't even know where I was going with that. I kind of forgot. But hearing my sister say like, yeah, like, you're just so different from us. And that should be something that you celebrate. And I'm like, when my difference is the biggest dividing factor between the two of us because we are not emotionally compatible and you guys don't want to learn how to communicate with me and I'm dramatic and I do too much and it's just like we don't speak the same language. I'm willing to learn yours. Can you learn mine?
Yeah, and it's like she wants you to celebrate yourself. It's like, why can't they celebrate your
and
differences?
my sister tries. Like I texted her yesterday and I was like, hey, like, do you want to do like a sisterhood episode? I would love to like talk about what you're doing with life coaching because she's doing a good job and she's really good at what the fuck she does. She's made for that shit. And she's like, yeah, I would love to, da-da-da. And I was like, have you had a chance to check out the podcast? She's like, I haven't. I've just been really busy. I'm like, I don't hold you to that. It's okay. You're a brand new mom. You have a newborn.
Yeah,
like, you have a shit ton
You're
of-
busy. You're
and
good.
I
You're
understand even more so now because I'm a mom as well. That's my foot.
Sorry.
And, I told her, I was like, I don't fault you for that. You're busy. It's okay.
It's with everybody, bro. Like,
I know it's disgusting. But I feel like, and like how I told you today, I feel like I'm always trying to understand. Okay, I get it. Like, you're going through this. Let me understand your point of view and try to be a little empathetic. But it's just like,
no one does that for you.
I told my mom this. I literally had a conversation with her and Joseph's dad where I was like, every step of the way that you guys have been on a journey to better yourselves, I have been here understanding that it's a process. Where are you? And they both were like, yeah, like we could do a better job. But it's just like, why the fuck do I have to say something 86 times? No wonder the 87th time I'm pissed and I'm screaming. And now you hear
Exactly.
me.
Now I'm doing too much.
Now I'm
and,
doing
like,
too fucking
I'm being
much.
dramatic. But it's
Now
like,
I'm
you
too
didn't
much to
hear
be
me when I
around.
was calmly and coolly
So
telling you.
And I told my dad that. I was like, if I whisper, you don't hear me. If I talk in a normal tone, you don't hear me. And if I yell, you're still not hearing me. But at least I'm getting it off my chest.
Yeah.
I don't want to live like that.
Have you tried the whole because I feel like with parents it's a lot of it is trial and error. I feel like your relationships with your parents are the hardest relationships you're gonna ever have, whether it's good or bad. It's a big one. It's an important one.
It's a funsy doozy.
Yeah. But
She said that shit, I was dying.
Just slow ass fucking.
like one thing for like with my parents' relationship, I think you get to a point because there was a point that we were not good at all until it was a realization that I missed my parents so much and they missed me that we came together because of how much we missed each other. It's just like that's, I'm their child at the end of the day. And over time, it has gotten better. We're not 100% there,
I know.
but it is setting those boundaries, but in a way of like I see my parents at least once a week. And I make it apparent to have dinner with them and do my laundry and catch up. FaceTime my parents because that's, even though I don't see them every day, because they had said, we just want to make sure you're good.
Yeah, because
You're safe.
they don't miss me, they miss Joseph. So
Do
they'll
you
FaceTime.
know that? Have they told you that they don't miss you, or
They miss Joseph. Like I'm telling, this is something that is trial. It's proven. It's proven. Like
you've tried that the whole
yeah, like, and I told my dad, I was like, do you check in, like, to see how I'm doing? Like, and I'm not saying that they're bad. They're busy, and I feel like Joseph is easy right now. He's 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not that like crazy ass history of sneaking out and having abusive boyfriends, and there's I have put a lot on my parents.
So now you're at a point that you're just like, what else am I supposed to do? Do I cut
Exactly.
you off entirely?
Which I don't want to do, and I
Which
will
is-
never do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
do I build a moat between the two of us again? And then you're like, oh, like, you know, my assault happened and I didn't tell my parents for almost 2 years. Out of fear. I had a problem. Is she trying to eat outside of the camera's view?
I can hear her fucking opening.
Eat your
I'm like,
kind
bro.
bar. But yeah, I don't know. I hear you, but it's not nothing I haven't tried. So I guess this is just me screaming to the void, but this episode really isn't about me, so we can move on. But I did tell my dad I am good to be Joseph's incubator. It's like I don't exist as your daughter anymore or as a person. But that could just be a little bit of like the residue of my teenage angst that I don't think I fully released since.
We've talked to your mom?
Like actually had a conversation with my mother.
Like
When was the last time we had a conversation?
the night that you placed those boundaries. How long ago was that?
I think I deleted my text with my mom when I was trying to make space for the iOS 15 update. Sorry. I want to say, I'm sorry. It was it was somebody else talk while I find this. I don't want to hear myself breathe.
How's your kind bar?
This is really good.
I bet it's not. What?
I have not.
Flavor is it?
What do you mean?
Salted. Ew, and it's fucking dark chocolate. Like, do you
Dark chocolate is gross, bro.
respect yourself and love
Bro.
yourself at all? Like, I'm guessing that's a no because she didn't answer the
These
question.
are so good.
No, they're not.
And I have.
Don't lie to yourself. Don't do that.
That's why the box is for me.
It was early
I would hope so.
October.
It's your house.
No, it was late September. Fuck, I don't remember. I deleted the text between her and I. Yeah, it was like late September, I think. It was a Wednesday. That's all I remember. I want to say it was like September 29th. No. Because it was the 22nd because that was the week before Karima's birthday. Yike.
Damn.
Going on a month. Pull up in the
The deflection.
I just, it's fine. We could stop there about me because that was just me giving y'all the check-in. But I'm tired of talking about the same shit and nothing happening. Like I said, it's the same conversation since I was 17, and the only thing that's changed is me.
Yeah.
I have to accept that this is the reality. The reality is that if I am not to the T living the plan that they have for me, I'm not gonna get the applause, and that's okay because I like
Applaud
doing
yourself.
this. I do. I try, but it feels performative sometimes. It feels like I'm just doing it because nobody else is doing it. But it's like you guys do it, and you know, Karima does it, but it's just like. I'm not saying that you guys are not enough for me, but it's just
We're
like
not your
my parents.
Exactly. We're not your parents.
Yeah,
We're not your family.
That's
Like,
a doozy.
That's a funsy, not a funsy.
it's a toughie doozy.
It's a bittery doozy.
It's a bittery doozy.
And I don't want to resent my parents because they did a great job. Ooh, not my boobie popping up again.
What is with you and your boots today?
It's this shirt. It like crosses at the bottom, and then like my boob just goes out right under it. Just a little. Just gonna fix it. I don't think it's in the shot. Is it?
No, you're good.
Cool. But yeah, we switched spots. The advice I gave you a couple months ago. Now it's my turn to take it.
I think it's a work in progress. We'll check back in another
Month or so.
month or so.
Like, how are we doing now?
Maybe I'll get a text.
Ooh, not the
name drop.
The direct call
Please
out.
delete it. Just bleep it. Bleep.
I think your yelling just then kind of bleeped it out. So
I just burped.
Text her back.
No, it's okay. I'm cool. I'm cool off of it. I have to make peace that like that's my I saw a thread about how like Aquarius and Aries moons are very like invisible.
What Your mom's in a.
Literally the same day. Not my mom. My mom's a
What's
Cancer
your-
moon, which is literally a sign of the mother. Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's enough for today.
Yeah. Niko, I'm glad you're doing good.
Thanks.
I'm glad you're doing better. Soli, we have now switched positions.
Definitely.
We'll see after my birthday.
Stop.
You'll be fine.
No.
Well, let's make a
Fine.
vision board for your birthday. That's what you should
Yeah.
do.
I said this year I want my birthday to be. I'm over like the club, the part. Like sometimes I do like to shake it.
Another club.
But I want to be around people that I love, which I know you are working on. I don't know what we're doing, but I'd given you some.
Creative liberty.
Yes.
You'll be fine.
But just to be around people that I love, and I did not want to plan a single thing.
That's
for
what
my
I
birthday.
did. That's what you guys did for me this past birthday, and it was probably one of the best birthdays I've had in a very long time. It was very eye-opening.
I haven't had a good birthday in a very long time.
This is the first birthday where I cried, but it was not because it was my birthday. I cried because I'm like, it's time to let go of some shit. I gotta stop playing the victim. That's very sobering.
We'll see if that's me this year.
The best thing to do is to be broken out of the victim complex. I might even sound like a victim on this damn fucking podcast episode, but I know my truth.
We're not victims. You are.
I don't
not
want to
the
be a victim anymore.
So stop.
Get some help.
Get some help. Seek some help.
What was that? You the Office episode. All right, guys, this is really fun. I hope it wasn't too heavy for you guys, but we did say that we were gonna keep it. Just keep it real, bro.
Keep, being authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Being authentic self.
authenticity.
Authentically, just
Thank you guys for holding space, and
We hope you guys are doing good. Let us know if you're doing good.
if anybody can
Yeah.
relate, could y'all
Like-
tell me what the fuck y'all did? Because I'm tired, Grandpa. Nope. Well, that's too damn bad.
You guys awoken.
But I'm tired of
Are you sick and tired?
Are you
damn
tired
near.
of
Tired of sick.
sex?
Nah, I'm kind of done with waiting to get approval from people that they don't even see me.
Seek approval for yourself.
Exactly.
Period.
Poop.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.